Hey guys, it's Markcoos here, and as you can see, we're back playing some MyClub, of course, waiting for the goddamn data pack to come out eventually for this game so I can play some offline Master League stuff. But anyway, playing MyClub again, back into this. As you can hear in the background, there's some music. I'm playing the music during the menu scenes, and the rest of the music will not be actually played during the background audio for this. The matches will actually be the background audio, so the crowd audio as well. So you can hear if you turn the volume up a little bit more, but at the moment I'm just basically playing some crazy electronic song which will play majority of the time throughout the main menu scenes. But in today's episode, I have two matches for you, and we open up 3 balls for these players for the road to the Euros, whatever the hell it was, whatever promotion thing they have going on, European Championship players. And basically I was looking now to try and get a centre back and maybe another good right back, maybe a good centre back in general. And the first player I got was Raul Garcia, and I was actually quite happy with that because we got attacking midfield to replace Michu, who's basically absolutely terrible for me. He's not a terrible player, I just really not very good with him. And then I get a black ball in the second one, and I end up getting goddamn Steve Mandanda, a goalkeeper I don't even really need, because of the fact that I already have Gianluigi Buffon. So it's really annoying getting a relatively good player when I don't actually need one. So again, I've already said this before, if they had the ability to filter out some of the players that make your life a lot, well, filter what you actually want, would make it a little bit more make it better. I mean, it would make it a bit retarded if you could just get Ronaldo every single time, but you know what I mean, you can only get one player of each anyway. But anyway, in the last ball, which I actually ended up opening in this episode, I ended up getting Prodl, the centre back from Watford, the Austrian, 76 rated centre back, slightly slower than Edson Silva, but he's actually a better player, so I'm going to put him into the starting lineup very quickly straight away. His body balance and jumping is actually fantastic, so it makes it a little bit funner anyway. But in today's episode, I have 2 matches for you, both in Division 9. After the last episode, it actually has been a really long time since I actually last physically played the game, so me playing this game was ridiculously rusty, and you'll actually see what I'm talking about in basically like a minute's time in terms of rustiness. So compared to other matches where I usually, or other episodes where I show like the whole thing of me getting matchmaking, I decided to just fast forward through it this time because it makes the videos about 2 minutes shorter, which is ridiculous. But anyway, in the first match of this episode, we face against a guy who has Andrei Pierzhizniak up front, he's got Antonio Di Natale, and he's got Diego Godin and then Antonio Barzaglia as his back two in Sirigu in goal. And he's got like a pretty decent team, but I wouldn't like say he's got any proper standout players. Like his team overall is very good, rather than having it like, oh, he's got Ronaldo up front or anything like that. I generally thought I could go into this game thinking, okay, it won't be that bad, I can probably do well. So the game kicked off, of course, we're playing in a random stadium with random surfaces and random everything, because why would I'd rather not play in something which is already pre-picked for me, like being in the day and great weather and whatnot. But in the first minutes of the match, basically, well, the 14th in the match, it gets on the right hand side, crosses it in. Labiad doesn't actually there. I give the ball away with Keown because I was playing a very rough side. I wanted to see what would be my potentially best team spirit, but also best team fitness, and I ended up playing a really bad side, like some Albrighton, Michu. For some reason, gave me a really good team spirit of like 60 odd, but like I had a terrible side. So basically I ended up playing against this guy. He had a much better team than me. I was always going to get beat, but in the end actually Raul Garcia heads it down to Michu in the 42nd minute, and Michu actually scores his first goal for the club, and playing Michu in centre forward, so basically makes it a little bit different. And I was also thinking when I was playing these matches in particular, I was like, maybe I should change my formation up a little bit, maybe get 2 strikers on the pitch at one time, potentially have Michu and Hernandez. They could potentially maybe do quite well playing off each other, and maybe have like only 1 defence midfielder, 3 attacking midfielders in the form of Ribery, Raul Garcia and D'Alessandro, and I could actually have a really good team going forward. So I was just like generally thinking about random stuff. But like basically from the half time, as you see here what I'm talking about in terms of rustiness, I really should have scored with Michu. And in the 76th minute of the match here, he gets through Labiad, skins past like 2 of my players and passes it into the top corner. Basically Steve Mandanda is just a terrible goalkeeper, and again I missed 2 opportunities in the later half of the second half, with Michu missing both of them. Probably if I was on form I would probably score them myself, but a little bit rustiness in the game in general. And like as you see from the stats, we sort of dominated in terms of possession, but everything else it was relatively quite close. And of course Andrei Pierzhizniak got man of the match for scoring like 2 goals for his club, so it was fair enough. And into the last match of this episode, again I just show the matchmaking bit again, but I fasten it up to make it makes the goddamn episodes go from being like 10 minutes long to being 8 minutes. It's ridiculous that you'd actually think that. We get put against a guy called Aguero Punisher, and I thought, oh god, this guy's going to have Sergio Aguero up front. And I was actually correct. He has Sergio Aguero as well as Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he plays Aguero instead of Ibrahimovic. He also has some other players in the squad, as you can see here. He's got like Roland and Willian and Ramsey and Berami and Mavuba. So he's got a pretty decent team, got Joe Hart in goal, but he brings Aguero on for Ibrahimovic. Martins Indi, the centre-back, is one of those players I actually genuinely wanted, because I was like, a good centre-back could probably save my day and make me a lot, basically make my defending a lot easier, because I would have a good centre-back. But nothing wrong with Botia. It's just Edson Silva's pretty terrible, and Prodl is like overall not that amazing. He's a pretty decent centre back, but I wouldn't call him like amazing. But from the first minutes of this match, this guy, I knew straight away that he was just trying to play through balls through to Aguero. But then he actually sort of stopped doing it, and he actually started playing the game like not properly, because it is still technically a form of playing the game, but basically just like generally just playing the game, like a good more passing system and whatnot. And like this guy was really interesting to play against, because of course, like I said, he has Aguero up front, but he's got a really good centre back as well, like some Martins in, he's got Joe Hart in goal. And as you can see here, what I'm talking about, rustiness, I have a lot of rustiness in this game in particular, as I test Joe Hart several times, but I'm just ridiculously stupid when it comes to my final finish. And in the 35th minute of the match, Nolan on the ball plays it into Willian, Willian into Genus, Genus plays it back to Roland, Roland just basically runs past Botia, gets a shot away, and Mandanda makes the most ridiculous save I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, he makes a really good save, but technically if he was in any way better player, if it wasn't on regular goalkeeping, he would probably have saved it and just held onto the ball. But Aguero scores. I basically hit the post about 2 minutes later. In the last minutes of the half, he gets through on goal with a Willian. Botia's there to basically just clean up the defence, because he's probably my best defender. He's rated like 79 now or something, because his team level has gone up, so it's pretty decent as well. But stuff like that, half time, 1-0 to him. I sort of dominated the match, ever so slightly. I mean, like, I've had 2 more shots on him, and we basically have the same amount of shots on target. But in the 46th minute of the match, Aribi on the ball, gets thrown shot, another shot away, again, a little bit in terms of rustiness, miss it again. 53rd minute of the match, Mavuba on the ball, gives it to Berami. Berami just plays one long through ball through to Sergio Aguero, and I was like, okay, I'm going to concede here, just accept it. But he actually tries to sweat it across the row and fails badly. Mandanda hits it out of play, and then from the resulting throw-in, he throws it to Aguero, he takes one touch past my player, and then blasts it into the top corner from a ridiculous angle. And I was like, okay, fair enough, he's just scored a really good goal. In the 75th minute of the match, should have probably scored there with Hernandez, but for whatever reason, Hernandez has a ridiculous touch. It was just all over the place. But in the 85th minute, after having brought on Mitra on his right-hand side, Mitra, of all players, plays it through to Hernandez. Hernandez through on goal. I run past Joe Hart, get a terrible shot away, but then I basically pop in the back of the net to make it 2-1 in the final minutes, and then 4 on the ball in the last seconds. Plays into Hernandez. Hernandez gets a strike away. Joe Hart saves, and the guy just basically time wastes from here, because he knows that basically the game's finished. And that was that. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Did he deserve to win? Well, you'll see from the stats if he deserved to win or not. But the game, I'm a little bit rusty at the moment, but basically at least we're getting through there, playing for some more games. And basically, if you like the way I did it now with the game audio in the background, please comment saying that, as well as like having some sort of crazy backwards background song in the background and just going through the menus. But as you see there from the stats, it was like a very close game, but I did have 3 more shots in him. As you see there, this is the end of the video. We've lost 2 games in this episode. We have only 4 more matches to try and stay in Division 9. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.